Tadman here from Golf Monthly to give you a review of the TomTom Golfer 2 GPS watch. Now this model replaces the TomTom Golfer. The first thing to talk about on the TomTom Golfer 2 is how different it looks. It's got a much slimmed down version, it's much less unobtrusive, it's still got the same four-way navigation button under the display, but you can see here it's got a much thinner, a softer strap material. It's also got this tri-folding metal clasp here, which gives it more of a watch-like feel, more of a premium feel to it. You've also got these aluminium detailing around the screen and around the bezel, again just to give it a more premium look. Where this product really stands out is the variety of different features that it offers. The first of which is unique to this model compared to the previous TomTom Golfer watch, is the automatic shot detection. Inside this watch there's lots of accelerometers and various other bits of technology designed to be able to detect when a golf shot is hit, and that's automatically stored on the device. And what that also does is enables the watch to measure the length of your shot. So once you play a shot, obviously it will detect that, and then as you walk to your next shot, when you arrive at your ball, the little counter will count up on the screen here, and so you can see exactly how far you've hit your shot. Now the other useful feature about this TomTom Golfer GPS watch was going to help golfers improve their games is the fact that it stores all that information that you gather during a round, and then you can sync this device to an app on your smartphone, the TomTom My Sports app, via Bluetooth. Not only will you get course updates, but you'll also be able to transfer all that information onto your watch, and it'll present it in a very digestible way. It'll break down all your shots, all the different statistics from your round, and they're all there to view on your phone. You can obviously see your scores, but you can also see your drives, where you missed the fairway, left or right. It'll give you an average dispersion on your drives for each round. It'll tell you how many greens you hit, how many putts you hit, how many 3-putts you had, all that various information to help you analyse exactly where your strengths and weaknesses are, so you can improve your game in certain areas. One other feature to talk about is the ultimate round. Now this is a really cool feature where if you play the same course over and over again, the more rounds and data you accumulate on that one course, it will tell you exactly what your best score is if you combine all the best scores from each hole during a round. So you know what your kind of potential is, if you like. Obviously it's very difficult to shoot your best score on every hole in one round, but that's the goal. It gives you something to aim for. You know what your potential is on each hole. So before you can use the TomTom Golfer GPS watch, you have to download the TomTom My Sports software to your computer, set up an account, log in, sync the watch to your computer, all that sort of stuff. It takes a little bit of time, and it is a little bit annoying to have to do that. There are other watches on the market where you can just take it out of the box and use it straight away. But once you have done all that, I do think the features and benefits are worth it. I'll tell you through exactly what this watch offers. So obviously when you get to your course, just press one button to the right and it will register where you are, select the course you're on, and then it will start straight away onto the first hole. Obviously you've got your basic front, middle and back distances you can see here. Click to the right and it will give you the basic hazard information. And what's cool about this watch is if you cover the screen with your hand, it will change to a more detailed hazard version where it will give you distances to reach and carry the hazards, which was a critical point of the previous TomTom Golfer watch. It didn't really give you those numbers, and it was a little bit confusing about the hazard information it was offering. So once you're on that screen, you can press up and it will give you layup distances, so it will tell you how far you need to hit the next shot to give you 100 yard, 150 yard or 250 yard layups. So very important, especially on par 5s when you're trying to strategize the hole and give you your ideal yardage. And then if you hit a further click up on the up button, you've got a green view and it will tell you exactly where the hazards are around the green. Basically the different features that this watch offers give you a very good picture of the hole, so you can really plan your way around the golf course. It also tells you how many calories you've burnt, the clock time and the distance that you've travelled, as well as the duration of your round. Now, as I mentioned before, this watch will automatically detect your shots, but it also has an automatic scorecard feature. Now this feature is a little bit redundant in that because the watch doesn't detect putts, so when you finish the hole, the watch will vibrate as you walk to the next tee. So as you do that, make sure you go onto the scorecard, just scroll over a couple more clicks to the right, and you'll have your strokes detected. You can scroll a bit more over and just add your putts. So that'll, as long as you keep doing that during the round, when you finish and you sync it to your phone, you won't have to do it again and add shots in the app, which you can do, but it just takes a little bit more time. So now I've been using it over a number of rounds in various different courses, and I've got to say, on the whole, that feature does work. There are quite a few occasions where the watch would detect a practice swing, but the good thing about this watch is that it will only detect one shot within a 3-meter area. So if it does detect a practice swing and then you hit your shot, it's still going to only detect one shot. What I don't like about the automatic shot detection feature is that when it detects a shot, not only does it vibrate, it also lets quite a loud buzzing noise to let you know that a shot has been detected, and that can't be turned off. So that is a little bit distracting especially if you're in close proximity to other players out on the golf course. There were some other situations out on the golf course where the shot detection feature went off and I didn't want it to. For example, when I was putting my bag down on the ground, that sudden jolt caused it to register a shot. Another way you can manually add a shot is by covering the screen with your hand, just like you did with the hazard information. But obviously there are situations where, well, for example, once I crossed my arms and covered the screen and that accidentally set off a shot. So there are a few situations where you might do it inadvertently. Most of those will be during a practice swing, and like I said, that doesn't matter because it won't detect your other shot because you're in a 3-meter radius. So on the whole, that feature works really well. I really like the graphics you get in post-round analysis. I think it's a really simple way of looking where your strengths and weaknesses are. I think the general look of it is fantastic. You're not really going to find a better looking GPS watch on the market. I think obviously with the aluminium trim gives it that premium watch-like feel. You can wear it on and off the golf course, and with that tri-folding metal clasp, it does make it look more like a watch. It comes in at £199. I definitely think there's some decent value for money there. I think the automatic shot detection feature needs a little bit of work maybe, and obviously the fact that you can't disable that sound is annoying, but I think there's a version coming out soon where that won't be the case. So in summary, I think there's some really good value for money here from the TomTom Golfer 2. It gives you loads of information, it's packed full of great features, it looks great, it's really comfortable to wear, and that post-round analysis is crucial on your smartphone app to analyse your strengths and your weaknesses. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to go on the Golf Monthly website for all the latest GPS reviews. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, all your usual places. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.